Hi, my name is Emmeline Terry, and my teammates' names are Grayson Chappell, Michael LaPalme, and Mackenzie Chisholm. This Amazon business report has been written to complete the program requirements for an associate's degree at Tri-County Tech. This class is Management 240 with our instructor, Professor Meg Allen. Amazon is the world's largest online retailer and cloud service provider. This business report covers history, external analysis, internal analysis, overview of corporate level, business level, global strategies, and corporate social responsibilities and recommendations. Amazon has a classic history of starting small. It was founded by Jeff Bezos on July 5, 1994 in Bellevue, Washington. Bezos started in his garage and originally formed Amazon as an online book marketplace. His parents invested $250,000 to get it off the ground. Amazon went public May 15, 1997, and closed its first public trading at $1.98 per share. The company has expanded its platform to include Amazon Music, Prime Video, groceries, as well as new products like Amazon Echo. This company has also created learning services to enhance customer experience, improve productivity, and accelerate innovation. Amazon's missions and major goals include 4 major principles: customer obsession rather than competitor focus, passion for invention, commitment to operational excellence, and long-term thinking. Amazon has over 300 million active customer accounts and generates over $386 billion in annual revenue. Their net promoter score is 69, which is above average for retail companies. They have 175 fulfillment centers and 40 sorting centers worldwide. They also ship over 5 billion items annually. The current chief executive officer is now Andy Jassy, which took over in July of 2021. He had a rocky first year, but he has responded to challenging times and is continuing to lead Amazon's aggressive business model. So let's go ahead and get started by looking at all the details of the external analysis. The competition of a business is affected by external forces found in its industry. These forces can yield opportunities or threats depending on the specific circumstances. After reviewing the industry survey and annual report, I'd like to highlight a few opportunities and threats. I'm going to do 3 opportunities first for you. The first is that Amazon recently purchased Zoox Inc., a self-driving technology company, in 2021. The market size for self-driving technology was $22.22 billion and is expected to reach $75.95 billion by 2027. According to Multi-Channel Merchant, 82% of online food and beverage transactions will be from grocers with omni-channel marketing. So with ownership of Whole Foods markets, Amazon has the opportunity to be one of the top competitors in this market. The third one being, Amazon leadership has hinted at expanding brick and mortar beyond the recent Whole Foods acquisition, which grew roughly to 10% of total business sales. Now I'm going to do 3 threats. Supply chain logistics issues are a current problem for a majority of sellers on Amazon. Shipping costs have risen dramatically in recent years, with Amazon against increasing their shipping costs for the FBA. Services by an average of 6.2% on March 31st, 2023. The second one is, Amazon is currently facing many lawsuits in many different areas, including a discrimination lawsuit in Arizona, harassment and discrimination lawsuit in Washington, an antitrust lawsuit from the FTC, along with many others. The third one is, the increase of fake counterfeit products is on the rise and poses a threat to the legitimacy of many products purchased through the company. Amazon and Valentino together sued a New York-based company in 2020 for allegedly producing and selling counterfeit goods on the site. Although a business cannot change these forces, it should take advantage of the opportunities and protect against threats. Now, Mackenzie is going to discuss more aspects of the external analysis for you.
Thanks, Emmeline. We're going to start by talking about the competitive environments. Amazon has a very high competitive environment that is competing for the retail and technological industries. Some of the top competitors for the e-commerce industries are Walmart, eBay, and Alibaba. Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and IBM are some of the top leading competitors for the cloud computing industry. Since Amazon has opened its business to the streaming and entertainment industry, it has gained competitors like Netflix and Disney+. In the device industry, Amazon competes with Google and Apple. While Amazon is consistently evolving, it must make sure that it always adapts and innovates in order to maintain its position in the market. The best way for Amazon to adapt is to expand its product offerings, investing in the new technologies being made, and improving their logistics and delivering capabilities. When talking about Amazon's graph of Porter's 5 forces, Amazon has a low threat to new entrants, a moderate bargaining power of suppliers and buyers, a moderate threat of substitute products or services, and the degree of rivalry is high. Now let's jump more into the details about the 5 forces. Amazon has established itself as a leader in the industry by the brand name and its extensive distribution network. They have a low threat of new market entrants due to the barriers when entering the online retail market. The company's investment in technology and business infrastructure makes a high barrier for entry of new potential competitors. That makes the threat of the new entrants low. Amazon works with a large number of suppliers, including manufacturers and publishers. Because of Amazon's size and scale, during most cases, they have a large negotiating power. Amazon has established a long-term relationship with many of the products and service suppliers, and due to this, they can almost mitigate most of the bargaining powers of suppliers. That makes the bargaining power of suppliers moderate. Amazon's customers have a good amount of bargaining power due to the high number of product options available on the retail market and other options to buy through. This makes the bargaining power of buyers moderate. Over the years, the customer base has dramatically jumped, and this reduces the likelihood of customers to jump to Amazon's competitors. Because of the many different ways to purchase these retail items, some customers might be more loyal to the product being purchased rather than the actual company that they are using to buy through. Amazon competes with other online retailers, brick-and-mortar stores, and other types of e-commerce businesses. Amazon faces an intense competition from a number of online retailer stores like Walmart and Target. The way Amazon is able to maintain a strong competitive advantage is through their product selections and competitive pricing. This makes the degree of rivalry high. Now let's dig into the internal analysis of Amazon. I'm going to explain the strengths and weaknesses. The first strength is that Amazon holds over 37% market share in the realm of e-commerce, represented by a total revenue of $51 billion in the last 12 months, which is much as 10 times more than some of their direct competitors, such as eBay and Etsy. The second strength is that Amazon owns over 40 subsidiaries, which allow them to control market share in many different segments, including textiles and audio. The third strength is that the company utilizes high effective logistics and systems for item distribution, reducing picking time and overall shipping time for the customer. Another huge strength is that the convenience for shoppers. This allows items to be ordered at any point in time. The fifth strength is that Amazon has invested millions of dollars into the Prime same-day delivery. This has improved brand loyalty from its 200 million and growing Prime customers. While Amazon's ASW and consumer businesses' YOY growth dropped from 37% in 2019 to 30% in 2020, it was able to accelerate back to 37% back in 2021. This is due to the company's decision to make a transition to using the cloud and build stronger technological infrastructure. The last strength I'll be speaking on is how Amazon's online presence is structured to be generally low cost with high inventory velocity. This keeps operating costs to a minimum and achieving high customer satisfaction. Now speaking on Amazon's weaknesses. The first weakness is how the total revenue growth has declined on a yearly basis since 2018. From the 2017 fiscal year to the 2018 fiscal year, there was a 30.9% increase in revenue. In contrast to the 2022 fiscal year, there was only a 9.4% increase in revenue. This could hint at a higher market saturation. The second weakness is that Amazon's EBIT margin over the last 12 months is only 2.4%. This indicates that although their revenue far exceeds competitors, They are not as profitable based on percentages when compared to eBay, for example. Their EBIT margin over the last 12 months is 25%. Amazon heavily relies on the third-party sellers to provide a large amount of product offering, which increases the risk of low-quality or counterfeit goods being sold on the website. With that being said, the fourth weakness is that Amazon has also had a limited amount of product control. With that being said, the company cannot guarantee product quality, posing challenges for customer satisfaction. Amazon's turnover ratio is under the average turnover ratio, being 9.7 for 2021. This presents a weakness given Amazon's large sales inventory on hand. The sixth weakness is while Amazon leads the industry in merchandise sales, they fall short when it comes to online grocery shopping. Walmart and Costco offer an online grocery shopping worldwide, while Amazon only offers grocery shopping in select areas. The last weakness that I'll be speaking about is how Amazon does not necessarily have a truly established loyal customer base. Some customers may be more loyal to the products they purchase rather than the company they purchase them through. Lastly, I'll be talking about the financial analysis. Amazon's revenue has consistently increased over the past several years, reflecting on the ability to control their strengths in order to maintain their edge in the market. Because of this, their profitability has remained strong. Now, Grayson is going to go over the SWOT analysis and some of the company strategies. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Mackenzie. So I'm going to be discussing the SWOT analysis as well as the corporate and business level strategies that Amazon's taken advantage of over these years to really gain a competitive advantage over their competitors. So first and foremost, discussing the SWOT analysis, starting with strengths. Amazon operates under a 37% market share. There's 9.1 million sellers in the e-commerce realm, and they still operate under 37% of that total industry. They have 40 subsidiaries. They've over 40 subsidiaries actually that operate in some way or another under the Amazon name. That's a lot. That is a lot of subsidiaries, and that continues to expand. So their market share is 37% alone on the e-commerce side. That's not taking into account how the massive number of subsidiaries that operate under them. Another one is diverse product offerings. So tying into those subsidiaries with so many companies, at their disposal, they're able to expand their product offerings to offer a ton of different items and goods to a plethora of people. There's not a group of people or a type of person that you can name that can't be catered to by Amazon. There's no way. And with that, there's strong loyalty. You have hundreds of millions of people with an active Amazon Prime subscription, just armed and ready to make a purchase. So they take advantage of that by catering the product offerings on their app or through their subsidiaries to those consumers based on shared analytics and all kinds of stuff like that. Everything is planned. There's not a stone left unturned. Those are some really big strengths, but every company has their downfalls. Every company has their weaknesses. Then one of the biggest ones for Amazon is their heavy reliance on third-party sellers. The in-house brand, Amazon Basics, it makes up a very small amount of the total product offerings compared to the full amount of items that are sold on the website. And with that, they can't guarantee the product quality, that they've limited amount of product control for the items that are sold on their website. Of course, they go through a verification process. You have the Fulfillment by Amazon service that they offer. But even then, a couple years ago, they faced a lawsuit where there was a fake designer. There were fake designer goods being sold on the website. They didn't do anything about it. There was nothing in place to set them apart from the competition. So that was definitely a portion of our spot where they suffered. Another weakness would be employee retention. There doesn't seem to be many efforts put in place in order to retain employees, whether it's current or upcoming employees. They do have a code that they operate under, but it's more of a legal obligation rather than anything. There's nothing really that outlines how the true expectations how they really are going to treat their employees. They may say they do, but we've all heard of the allegations against Amazon where workers having to use the bathroom in bottles and stuff like that. There's a lot of employee turnover, and it would be in Amazon's best interest to invest in some kind of employee retention program, whether it's for longevity, stock purchase, anything like that, or stock benefits, something like that, just to kind of raise morale and make people encourage people to be proud of where they work. Now, we've discussed strengths and weaknesses. Another big one is going to be opportunities. Amazon just purchased Whole Foods Market. That's a big one. That's a huge acquisition. That's really going to allow Amazon to expand their brick and mortar presence beyond, or their presence in general, just beyond the e-commerce realm. They'll be able to expand into the brick and mortar, the realm of the industry. They'll be able to reach out into the grocery sector of the markets. And also they also purchased Zoox Incorporated, which is an automated, self-driving, basically, technology company. So that's a whole other market that they're going to be involved in to increase their market share even more. Now, threats. Aside from opportunities, of course, we have threats. And speaking about those acquisitions earlier, every acquisition that Amazon takes part in creates more fierce competition for them. Amazon, their large competitor for them is Walmart and eBay. Now you have Netflix and Disney Plus, which compete directly with Amazon Video. You have UPS with the Amazon's in-house delivery system and the operations there. And also Uber, which would more compete with the Zoox Incorporated company. Again, as mentioned previously, you have the rise in fake and counterfeit goods. That's definitely a problem. That's definitely a threat that they need to focus on. Another thing is that consumers have been spending far more on consumable products rather than discretionary products. And then just from a strict number basis, just basing everything off of numbers alone, the consumables have a smaller profit margin. So, of course, Amazon is able to cater different products based on previous purchase history. I'm sure they can tie that into everything and increase their profit margin even more. Now, discussing the strategies, corporate and business level. At the corporate level, the goal is to be the most customer-centric business that operates. They want to be able to provide absolutely anything that somebody wants to buy. They want to be able to provide that online. Of course, they also offer different services. They operate in e-commerce, cloud computing, the streaming with Amazon Video, and artificial intelligence. That's a big one too. They're really pushing that. Their businesses are really interrelated. So that's another thing between all their acquisitions, the companies that operate under Amazon, everything's tied together. Like I said, no stone is left unturned. That's definitely a big one. They want to create a seamless shopping experience through all of these different businesses that operate under the Amazon name, whether it is Amazon or if it is Whole Foods or if it's any type of brick and mortar presence. Doesn't matter what it is. They want to make sure that everything is seamless, everything ties together. And of course, they're going to share all this data between the companies in order to gain a competitive advantage. Lastly, discussing the business strategy, the business level strategy. It combines differentiation and low-cost leadership. So it's more of a hybrid strategy, and it combines the best of both of these. So they want to focus on innovation and the customer experience when it comes to differentiation. With them being heavily invested in logistics and technology, that helps them to create that seamless experience that they were wanting, that they're shooting for. They're also able to maintain a low-cost leadership position by leveraging their economies of scale. They're a massive corporation. You can't reach the bottom of their pockets. They have more money than they can think, or anything that they can handle, really. But they push resources towards their delivery network to reduce the costs, to themselves, and then in turn provide low cost to the consumer. And they also do that, of course, to provide good operational efficiency. But overall, that's a quick overview of the SWOT analysis, as well as the corporate and business level strategies that Amazon has taken advantage of over time. And up next is Michael.
Thanks, Grayson. My name is Michael. I'm going to start by going over how Amazon expands globally. Amazon has expanded globally at a rapid pace, mainly by leveraging competencies and realizing location economies. For example, Amazon's continued innovation led them to create custom-tailored websites to different countries. The United States versus Brazil versus Australia all have different websites tailored to their local suppliers and local prices. Another significant example of this is Amazon's entrance into the Indian market. This was a challenge for Amazon. India was a cash-based economy based locally around mom-and-pop shops, and it was very rural, making it hard to deliver. So Amazon's answer was to partner with these local mom-and-pop shops and try to educate them and convince them to work with Amazon to help improve their business. After convincing enough of these mom-and-pop shops, Amazon was then able to implement their superior logistics and delivery technology to fully integrate into the Indian market. This also highlights their transnational strategy to expansion. This allows them to keep up with cost pressures while also localizing their services. This is mainly due to Amazon's wealth of knowledge and resources. It's not easy for any company to use a transnational strategy, but Amazon is one of the few that can actually do it with success. Lastly, Amazon expands through subsidiaries. Purchases of companies like Whole Foods or Twitch are crucial to Amazon being able to expand into newer industries and across borders with much more ease. Next is Amazon's corporate social responsibility. First, I'll go over their responsibility to their internal stakeholders or their employees. However, Amazon does not have the best reputation when it comes to this. They do have great employee benefits, a lot of diversity, and they are a leader in a lot of key statistics amongst their competitors. Yet, it is not uncommon for employees to complain about their treatment, about their compensation, about their working conditions, and a lot of times these moments end up going viral. Next is Amazon's responsibility to their external stakeholders. Every year, Amazon posts an annual sustainability report. Amazon makes great strides in social, governmental, and environmental programs. Some of these include their partnership with the Urban Greening Program in Germany. They have a lot of solar power projects in South Africa, and their biggest renewable energy projects in Canada. Next, Amazon's corporate structure. Their corporate organizational structure is decentralized and multi-divisional. Top executives are spread out across industries, businesses, and regions. Decision-making is shared responsibility across all levels of the company. Teams work independently of each other, but they all have access to Amazon's abundance of resources. Each business is left to make decisions that they feel is best for their independent business. Employees are also encouraged to innovate, and a lot of these innovations actually lead to new ventures for Amazon. With decentralization, control systems are very important. Amazon's reputation for fast service and excellent deliveries are dependent upon these control systems. There are many, but some include 85% renewable energy across all Amazon businesses, advanced modeling methods, expanded efforts to improve the capacity for hearing worker complaints, and anti-corruption programs. These are just a few, but Amazon continues to improve these year after year. And finally, after our thorough analysis, these are the following recommendations we have for Amazon. They should continue to monitor emerging markets for acquisition targets, the creation of better employee programs and policies to help grievances from the workers. They should continue pursuing organizational innovation to satisfy consumer needs for new products. The control processes need to be stricter to help combat the growing counterfeit problem on the website. With that, our analysis of Amazon has come to a conclusion, and we hope that we have given you a better understanding of the company. Thanks for listening.